Hi guys, this is Ashley back with another podcast episode, and we got a lot to discuss. Let's start off with Botch and Bitter, because a lot of fans, Criminal B fans have been saying that Botch and Bitter has been on hiatus. But the real tea is that Criminal B has been in court trying to get a settlement with a woman that is suing her for assaulting them back in 2020. Okay, see, this is how Criminal B tries to manipulate the fans. See, it was reported that Botch and Bitter had her lawyer file the necessary legal documents, okay, back in October of 2023. And while she was in court recently, both parties, the security guard that was suing her, and Bel Khalees have agreed to defer the trial, because she's heading to trial, to February 1st of 2024 to allow mediation and to settle it outside of court. So allegedly, Criminal B is trying to settle this lawsuit that she has with the security guard behind the scenes. That's why she secretly have been MIA. She's either going to try to pay her off behind the scenes or try to get a dismissal, okay? And, pay her off and have the lady dismiss the charges like she did with the mic situation, okay? Last year she hit somebody with a mic, and how, the charges got dropped very quickly, and allegedly, she had to pay a few people off. So Criminal B is up to her antics. My whole thing is Botch and Bitter needs to be held accountable, okay? Just same way, people want to hold Puff Daddy and all these men in the industry accountable for things that they have done. Criminal B is violent. She has a violent history, and so I think she should be held accountable. And I think that instead of paying people off, she possibly needs some jail time. No shade. Because at the end of the day, it seems as though she really don't learn her lesson. She always got a lawsuit every year. So she's clearly not learning her lesson, and, she's endangering the society. No shade. Not only that, the PÄY0ŁÄ just won't be stopped. Criminal B and Gorilla Glue yesterday too has received 2 nominations at the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards in the following categories: Best Collaboration and Hip Hop Song of the Year. Nominations are based on the most played songs throughout the year. What? First of all, Glow Stick and Criminal B's Yesterday 2 was not the most played song in 2023. That's a fat lie. Whoever reported that is fucking delusional. Let's be very clear. That song came out in 2022. Nobody is thinking about that record. But that was Criminal B's last non-solo hit. She hasn't had a solo hit in a long time. So this is her last non-solo hit. She had to suck the life out of Glow Stick's career. And that was the last time she went top 10. Okay, but that wasn't even her record. The original was already out, and then she hopped on it. And I remember Criminal B says she doesn't do stuff like that. But now that she's flopping, she does.
And you want to talk about how I wanted to be on the Creepy Kush remix and I was trying to stop your bag. Sis, what are you talking about? First of all, I didn't even know Bad Bunny back then. That's one. And second of all, for months, I was promoting a Spanish record with Ozuna that everybody knew that I was promoting. So what are you talking about? You're the one that be hopping on remixes. So why would I want to hop on a song that was already out?
But look how the tables have turned. Now she doing remixes after remixes after remixes. Can't put out a solo record because she's scared to flop. Now, Nicki also has received 2 nominations for the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards. Best Collaboration, Barbie World. Best Fan Army, Barbs. Now, here's my thing. I understand Barbie World was really big, but that's the best y'all can do, I heard. I feel like Nicki had way better collaborations and singles in 2023 than Barbie World, but they only seem to focus on Barbie World because that was the most successful one, okay? I mean, like Red Ruby, nothing. Red Ruby was one of the best rap songs, not female rap songs of 2023, okay? And it just gets paid dust, but then again, Republic paid it dust. So, of course, the award shows are going to pay it dust because they didn't really push it like that because she was throwing shots. So, technically, that's, Nicki Minaj's label fault, per usual. Moving on to Doja's Planet Her. It has been reported that Doja's Planet Her has sold 8.8 million in the U.S., now only has 1.2 million unit sales to reach an RIAA diamond status. It will become the second album by a female rapper to go diamond in the U.S. after the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. No, this can't be right. No. They really playing in Nicki Minaj's face. Okay? I love Planet Her, by the way. Planet Her was a really good album. To me, is one of Doja Cat's best album, and then after that would be Hot Pink. But I definitely don't believe that, Doja's on her way to a diamond album. I'm sorry. I mean, how's she on her way to a diamond album? She did 6K in per sales. I'm not letting that go for Scarlett. No shade, we can't let that go, because if that was Nicki Minaj or Criminal B or Megan Thee Stallion, y'all would be dragging them. But this is why I said it might not be a good idea for Nicki to be trying to, diss Doja Cat. Because, and y'all would say, oh, what do you mean, Ashley? What are you talking about? Because when Nicki Minaj openly shows a disdain for another female rapper, the industry starts scrambling and they're like, listen, we got to push her and give her all these accolades that, they don't deserve because we trying to get Nicki Minaj up out of here. Okay, that's what they do. Every time Nicki shows a disdain for a female rapper or an artist, automatically they start breaking all these records. Okay, Criminal B would have no career if it wasn't for Nicki Minaj. This is why I said Nicki should just diss Doja Cat in records. And, don't diss her on Station Head or Twitter or anything like that because the industry loves that. And then Doja Cat is looked at as a victim. And she's not a victim. Okay? She's just a white woman that panders to the white community and doesn't like black people. Okay? No shade. I like Doja Cat, but she don't really like the black people or their urban community like that. Nicki doesn't realize how much power she has, but every time she shows a disdain for a person or she starts dissing them, like the industry be like, oh, you get a Scammy, you get a diamond record, you get a #1. They do that all the time. And they really just want to do that to push Nicki out. So let me know how you guys feel about it. Also, Doja's brother was spotted out. And this is what he had to say about the allegations of him knocking Doja's teeth out. And the restraining order that Doja's mom has on him.
What's going on, bro? How are you? Any word on what's going on with you and your sister and your family? They're saying that, you knocked her teeth out. That's the accusation. The singer, Doja Cat?
No, I don't know that.
Have you got anything to say to your mother? Or not? What about your sister? Have you spoken to her about these allegations? Any reaction to the restraining order against you?
No, I have no restraining order against me.
Are you denying what happened?
Yes.
So you did not hit your sister, you did not knock out her teeth?
I haven't seen anybody in years, bro. What are you talking about?
So what happened? What's the story?
There's no story.
Okay, so he's denying it and he said he hasn't seen anybody in years. Let me know, who do you believe? Now, it has been reported that an F-lister and 2 has-beens are now the judges for Rhythm and Flow Season 2. We got Ludacris. One has been, no shade, okay? Still an icon, just not relevant right now musically. Y'all not buying his music and don't lie in the comments. DJ Khaled only relevant when Champagne Thickums comes around to do a feature. And scratch off the spray tanner who can't get a hit to save her life. Okay? Not a solo hit to save her life. She could do features. But with that being said, those are the judges for season 2. And I'm pretty sure the ratings for that show will be in the toilet. Now, you may be wondering, like, what happened to Criminal B and T.I.? Well, they had gotten replaced because of their criminal backgrounds. You know, because it's been a while since season 1 happened. When season 1 happened, 2020, 2019. But because, you know, Criminal B, Botch and Bitter couldn't stay out of court. And, you know, T.I. can't stay out of court because he always got these SA allegations against him. R. Kelly Jr., you know, they had gotten replaced. So they just decided to get all 3 new judges. And so Scratch Off has replaced Criminal B for that show. Let me know how you guys feel about Scratch Off being a judge. I feel like she don't have enough years in the game to be a judge on no type of music contest or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, I mean, you're not really selling like that. Like, why would anybody take advice from you when you go plastic cups every time you drop an album? I can understand DJ Khaled and Ludacris because they've had more years in the game. They couldn't find a better female artist. I know they can't afford Nicki Minaj, so I wasn't expecting them, but they couldn't afford a better female artist. I mean, that was kind of cheap of them. You know, that's the best they can do, Scratch Off? That's embarrassing, Netflix. I'm sorry. Moving on to Megan, Twizzler hair, Little Yachty, decides to throw some shots at Megan Thee Stallion, copying Champagne Thickums because him and Champagne Thickums are close. And in his new collaboration he has out called Sydney, Twizzler hair says, "Better watch where you step or you gonna get treated like Megan Thee Stallion." I'm like, goodness gracious, what is that supposed to mean? Better watch where you step or you gonna get treated like Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not even laughing at the diss. I'm laughing because how corny is that? Like, that's so corny and predictable. Better watch where you step or you're going to end up with Megan Thee Stallion. So, if somebody step to you wrong, you going to shoot them in the foot? Is that what you're saying, Twizzler hair? You going to end up in jail. You black. I hope you know that. You're not getting away with nothing. And I just feel like that was corny because he saw that Champagne Thickums threw shots at Megan Thee Stallion in 2022, I believe. You know, and I believe it was Circle Loco. Champagne Thickums said this be-lie about getting shots, but she's still a stallion. And then he also said, Shorty says she graduated, but she ain't learned enough. Play your album track 1, K heard enough. Okay? Which were bars. Those were bars. Whoever was Champagne Thickums' ghostwriter that day, they did a phenomenal job. But little Potty's Twizzler hair's shots were corny. And he's just copying Champagne Thickums and Nicki Minaj. Okay, because he saw them take shots. You already know in Red Ruby the Sleeves, Nicki says, "I don't F with horses since Christopher Reeve." So he just copying them. Be original, little Potty. Now, a lot of people have been asking me my opinion on Reśhä and Diddy, which I got some hot tea about Reśhä on Patreon. Okay, same thing with Baddies on Patreon. Link will be in the description. But Reśhä was going back and forth with blogger, academics, and Armand. Okay, and she was calling academics a predator and saying that, you know, he's creepy because she had made a diss track towards academics, and it sounded kind of mid, no shade. And academics responded, okay? And this is what he had to say.
You're the only woman, or the only person, period. Trust me. On these Twitter nets and women Instagram blogs, you're way more liked than me. Do you know how garbage you have to be for people to be on my side? That's why I don't even have any vitriol. I want to just pick you up. You're 30 plus, acting like you're 18. No, mommy. You're just a single mother that never made it. You're just a failed woman. Couldn't keep a man and couldn't get nobody to make an honest woman out of you. That ring finger is clear, but that face is full of urine.
Damn, not that the ring finger is clear, but that face is full with urine. But did he lie? No shade. Now, here's my thing with Offbeat Carisha. You can't call somebody a predator and bring up SA when you were sleeping with the devil. You were sleeping with a predator and you knew he was a predator and you didn't care. Okay? So I don't want to hear you call anybody anything when you were sleeping with one of the most evil people on the face of the earth. And you knew. Don't act like you didn't know. Because you have old tweets proving that you knew. You have a tweet that says, if I wanted you to eat my coochie, talking about Gina, the Asian girl that was sleeping around with Puff Daddy or P. Diddy. P. Diddy would have had you on your knees, ho. You a eater. This tweet alone makes me look at you kind of sideways. Carisha's not innocent, okay? Now, do I feel like academics should be going back and forth with Carisha and, dragging her to filth? Well, if Carisha can make a diss track, then it's fair game. No shade. If you can make a diss track, which she did, okay, she previewed one a few days ago, you can't control how somebody responds to that. So, unfortunately, Carisha, I have zero to no sympathy for you. And, academics has every right to clown you because at the end of the day, you can't talk when you were sleeping with the devil. No shade. Now, Sweetie previewed some new music, okay? The Copper Chain Queen got dumped and cheated on by YG. And then she decided to put out or preview. The full freestyle's not out yet, but she decided to preview a freestyle. Let's take a listen.
I feel like I was Cleopatra in my past life. People try to count me out, they clearly couldn't add right. I might not know everything, but bitch, I know that's right. Click a bad bitches with me, it's gonna be a good night. My niggas ain't in movies, but they always seem to act right. Turn a grown man into a baby with this not nice. He gon' make me call a plumber if he got that bad pipe.
Now, I like Sweetie, but I just feel like, unfortunately, she just don't have it for me musically. Something's missing. I don't know what it is about Sweetie. She's beautiful. Okay, nice gowns, beautiful gowns. But I just don't feel it when she raps. It comes off corny. A lot of people are raving about this freestyle, but I think they're only raving about it because, Sweetie's pretty. Okay, pretty privileged. But when it comes to actually supporting her music, her last EP sold 2,000 copies first week. So y'all don't really mess with Sweetie like that. I think what the Copper Chain Queen needs to do is get a better ghostwriter. That's all she's really missing. Like, the bars are kind of corny. Okay? No shade. And she's talking about the same thing everybody else is talking about. Men with money and coochie rap. That's the same thing that everybody else talk about. So she don't stand out. What she need to do is call up Quavo, who used to write for Sweetie, and ask him to write some bars. Maybe they can have a business relationship. It don't have to be sexual or anything, just a business relationship. And, she can possibly get some hits. That's all I have to say about that. Moving on to Flo Milli. Now, a few weeks ago, I told y'all I did not like Flo Milli's song Never Lose Me, okay? Which has risen to the number 1 spot on this week's TikTok PÄY0ŁÄ board top 50. It's her first number 1 on any PÄY0ŁÄ board chart. But after listening to it a few times, I understand why people like the song. I think this song kind of like a hit. The only thing she's missing is a Doja Cat or possibly Musty Walker collaboration to take it to top 20, top 10. But, it took me a while to like the record because I'm not used to Flo singing. That's the thing. She really don't sing like that. but she's singing the majority of the record. And the song is kind of fire. So, you know, I have changed my review and I have decided to give Flo her 10s. That's all I have to say about that. But anyway, I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.